Early access chapters and exclusive bonus stories are available on Patreon. In a kingdom drowning in war, two legendary alpha generals are forced to share the same fortress. And neither is willing to kneel. One is feared across continents. The other commands armies with terrifying precision. But inside the frozen walls of Duskalo Fortress, the greatest danger may not be the war outside. It may be the scent of another alpha. Welcome to Crimson Dominion, an Omegaverse Dark fantasy filled with war, obsession, power, and forbidden attraction. If you enjoy dark fantasy, sapphic romance, powerful female leads, and cinematic storytelling, subscribe and step into the world of Crimson Dominion. Now dim the lights. And enter Duskalo. Crimson Dominion and Omegaverse Dark Fantasy. Part 1, The Scent of War. The war had no name yet. Wars rarely did while the blood was still wet on the battlefield. Seraphine Vale arrived at the border fortress of Duskalo just as the last light bled out of the sky, that precise, vicious hour when the world could not decide between violet and black, and so chose both. Her warhorse, a dark grey destrier named Ruin, stamped and snorted at the iron gates as if it could already smell what lay beyond them. Seraphine let him. She could smell it too. Alpha. Strong. Female. And dangerously close. She had not survived 17 campaigns across 3 continents by ignoring her instincts. Duskalo was a fortress built into the throat of a mountain pass, the only route through the Ashbine Peaks before winter closed the range entirely. Whoever controlled it controlled the supply lines for the entire Northern War. 2 armies had been circling it for 3 weeks. Seraphine's battalion of Iron Wolves had finally broken through the southern flank, only to find the fortress already claimed. By General Mira Ashvane. Seraphine had heard the name. Every commander worth their rank had. Mira Ashvane, the bloodless general, they called her, though she had spilled enough blood to fill the Arden River twice over. She simply never let it touch her. She planned so precisely that her enemies bled before they understood what was happening. An alpha of extraordinary designation. Rare in the way that black wolves were rare, when they existed at all, everything else in the pack adjusted around them. Seraphine pressed Ruin forward through the gates. The fortress courtyard held Ashvane's soldiers in disciplined clusters, their dark blue armor catching the torchlight like oil on water. They stepped aside for Seraphine's approach, not in deference, she noticed, but in measured acknowledgement. These were soldiers who had learned to read danger the way others read weather. She found Mira Ashvane in the war room on the 2nd floor of the central tower, bent over a map table with 2 of her officers. The room smelled of candle wax, cold stone, and something else, the particular sharpness of alpha designation layered with cedar and old smoke. It hit Seraphine like a fist to the sternum. Mira Ashvane was taller than the rumors suggested. Or perhaps it was the posture, the absolute, unbroken line of her spine, the way she occupied space as though she had personally claimed it. Her hair was dark, cut short and severe. Her eyes, when she lifted them from the map, were the grey of winter rivers. They locked onto Seraphine. The officers went very still. 2 alphas in a room this size was not a collision waiting to happen, it was already happening. Seraphine felt the pressure of it against her chest, a current running beneath her skin that her body understood even when her mind was still cataloging exits. General Vale, Mira said. Her voice was measured. Controlled. But under it, the current. You are 3 days late. I came by the southern flank. I know how you came. I sent scouts. Mira straightened fully. She was slightly taller than Seraphine and leaner, built like a blade designed for endurance rather than single killing blows. The fortress is secure. I have already fortified the eastern parapets and rerouted the supply tunnel. Your battalion can take the western garrison. Seraphine studied her for a long moment. The officers were holding their breath. She could hear it in the room's particular silence. You don't give orders to Iron Wolves, Seraphine said, not unkindly. I give orders to everyone in my command radius. We hold equal rank. Then we will argue over a shared table rather than separate ones. Mira gestured to the map. Sit. Or stand. I do not particularly care which, so long as you contribute. Seraphine sat. The war for Duskalo has only begun. And somewhere beneath strategy, bloodshed, and command. Something far more dangerous is awakening between Seraphine Vale and Mira Ashvane. If you want part 2 of Crimson Dominion, make sure to like, subscribe, and leave a comment telling me whose side you would choose in the coming war. Would you follow Seraphine? Or kneel before Mira Ashvane? Until next time. Welcome to the Crimson Dominion.